Hey everyone, Matthew Robinson, back again. This is my first video back here in sunny California. It's actually cloudy today. I'm hoping it rains so I can finally wear my rain jacket, which I got for Christmas. That I have to wear a lot in Cincinnati because it rains like every week there. But here in California it doesn't really rain that much, at least especially Southern California. So hoping for some rain. Anyway, I am giving my review of the movie Notorious. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This was the first hip-hop biopic really, fictionalized and Hollywoodized, made for screen, and my expectations were not very high. This movie was being released in January, which is usually where they dump all the bad movies, and it was about Biggie Smalls. I thought it was going to be something typical. I thought it was going to be cliche. I was wrong. I was very wrong. This movie is actually really good. I would say this movie, should have been released in the award season. Now, I don't think it would have gotten any serious award contention, and maybe it's better that it was released now so it didn't have a lot to really crowd it. But it was a very strong movie. It does have a couple of the biopic cliches. You have like starting off as a kid and you see what makes that kid inspired, but you have to have that in a biopic. And this biopic handles it very, very, very well. The actor who plays the young Biggie Smalls when he's a little kid is really good. He is the son, actually, of the man who plays Biggie Smalls throughout the movie, and he really works at that. This is actually his first real acting role, and because the guy, as I'm told, is an aspiring rapper, he also actually does the rapping in the scenes. And that is a nice touch to the music. They don't just dub it over with Biggie's music, and you have this guy actually singing it. And I like that part of the movie. There are very few montages, something also I really appreciate in this movie. I don't think it really worked with all those montages. Biggie didn't have a very long life, or let alone a very long career. So they don't really have a lot of space for montages, in my opinion, and they don't do really a lot of montages. It seems very, very straightforward. The acting is very solid in this. Of course, Angela Bassett is great, as always, as the mother of Biggie. And Derek Luke gives, at first I was a little unsure about Derek Luke playing P. Diddy, or Puff Daddy, but it works. It does work very well. Even though he doesn't look like Puff, he's able to give a solid acting performance that makes up for that. The same can be said for the man who plays Tupac. He does not look anything like Tupac, but he kind of embodies the spirit of Tupac, and it works. The beginning and the end of this movie are excellent. However, the middle is pretty weak. And what really hurts the middle is all the gratuitous nudity. I thought it was uncalled for. Now maybe that's just me. I'm sure a lot of people appreciated the actor who was playing Little Kim, showing her breasts like every other scene and her butt. But I actually did not like it. I thought it took away from the movie. And I felt like they were just throwing it in there to keep people's attention who may not be able to accept it for what it is. And that really, the fact that I was bothered by all the nudity, I think is a testament to the actors and the story in this movie, because they didn't need that. This was a compelling enough story without all the vivid sex. Now, there's nothing wrong with the sex. Biggie had sex with a lot of women, but to show it so graphically, I think was uncalled for, and I think the movie was a lot better when they didn't do that. And one thing that was pointed out to me was that they never actually show a graphic sex scene of his wife, to kind of symbolize that with his wife it was romantic, and with all the other girls it was like, just sleeping around with them. Which is probably why Little Kim is angry. If you haven't heard, Little Kim is angry about how she's portrayed in this movie. And I can understand why she's angry, because in this movie she's kind of portrayed as just an ambitious skank. So I can understand her not being very happy with that. But this movie is very, very well done. It's definitely something that you'll think about. Like I said, the middle, it sags a bit. Some of the gratuitous nudity really hurt the film. But if you can take away that and get past all that, this is a movie I would recommend you to see. And that I did not think I was going to like this movie. I did not think I was going to like it. But I did like it. So I was, from a scale from 1 to 100, I'm going to give this an 80. It would have been an 85, but again, the nudity really brought it down. I can't stress that enough. Any filmmakers out there, you don't need to show that for a good, compelling story. The acting is greatness. The Story is phenomenal. It gave me some insight to some of the life of Biggie and even of Tupac and the East Coast West Coast feud, which they handled very well, I think, in this movie, that I didn't think about or know much about before. Very well done movie. I recommend that you see it. So, rate, subscribe, comment. I'll be coming off with some new videos. Before I go, I would like to give a little shout out to this guy. MLR kind of guy. He composes his own original music, and he also does classical music. Well, it's actually mostly other music that's been done by other people. He does contemporary classical and old classical, traditional classical music. He's really talented. You should check him out. Okay, remember guys, until next time, it's all in the hair. Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligan.